Welcome back everyone to Season 2. Hope everyone's been doing well after that wee break. It's been about 2-3 weeks since I last posted a video, and in game it's just been a few days since Season 1 has just finished and Rangers has came in for Carol Reddy here. I'm really not wanting Carol Reddy to leave, and if he's going to leave I'm basically going to have them pay at the very least his minimum fee, which is $475,000, but I'm going to be a bit cheeky and actually negotiate an offer of $825,000. This is Rangers 2001-2002 era, so yeah, they're silly with that money. And unbelievably enough, they come in with the $825,000 even though they could save themselves $400,000. I'm sure they won't regret wheeling and dealings like that. With a heavy heart, I have to let Carol Reddy go. And with that fee received, that brings our balance up to a nice and healthy 3.1 million. Nice wee war chest to go into Season 2 with. And of course try and sign a replacement for Carol Reddy. But the selling of squad members isn't quite finished there, as we had Lorimer being unhappy, so I've sold him to Dundee for $75,000. An okay amount. I would have probably wanted more, but you know, what can you do? I'd rather get an unhappy member out of the squad as soon as, really. And also our left back Jamie McAllister leaves to Aberdeen for $500,000. Aberdeen obviously missing him there, as we did get him originally for Aberdeen on a straight swap for one of our players earlier in the season, and they have bought him back for $500,000. Not a bad bit of business by us, I guess. Adding even more to that war chest, but we are beginning to really thin as a squad, so even more players to replace. East Stirling Fan Player of the Year is Marcos Suarez, not any real surprises. And we have our training facilities upgraded. They now sit at adequate. Yeah, I would have, like, really, as I said before, I wish they would have just used the money to make it up to, like, no, really pretty good, facilities, but, whatever. The board are expecting a really difficult season, which obviously is very realistic of them, but I kinda get the sneaking suspicion we will be up there. Our first league game of the season is home to Hamilton, quite a tough opening game actually, with Albion Rovers and Ayr being the second and third game. And back when Scotland had decent coefficients, quite a few teams have qualified for Europe. Celtic obviously Champions League, Kilmarnock, Dundee United, Rangers UEFA Cup, and Intertoto Cup, remember that? Is Aberdeen. It was like a kind of back door into the UEFA Cup if you won it or got to the final or something, if I remember correctly. The depletion of the squad continues as our midfield stalwart Dag Eriksson retires, sadly. Yeah, he'll just continue on as the assistant manager. He will be a big miss though. Let's skip by our friendlies and go straight to our first competitive game of the season, away to Arbroath in the League Cup first round. This will also give me a chance to show you some of the free transfers I've signed throughout the pre-season. It's actually mainly been youth players I've been going for. So anyone that my scouts have heavily recommended to me and I liked the stats of, I thought, we get pretty decent stats. I thought, yeah, let's try and actually have a squad that is mainly youth players with maybe 2 or 3 senior players throughout. First up is 19-year-old Stephen McCall, who can play left back and left mid, and I'm sure he'll start a few games here and there. Next up is Adam Davis, 17-year-old, and very good stats actually for a centre back, especially at 17. And with him is Danny Lovell, another centre back who's got absolutely fantastic stats, 18 years old, and look how basically all the stats you need for a central defender. So he will be straight into the first team pretty much. We have an 18-year-old French midfielder, Batico, who, again, pretty decent stats for his age. His passing could be a bit better right enough, but I'm sure that will improve. Another midfielder, Graham Ferguson, fairly decent stats again, nothing special looking, but yeah, heavily recommended. And finally, David McCauley, a striker, 18 years old. Stats aren't amazing, but I don't know what it is. He's claimed he's an excellent prospect, but there's just something about him. I don't know. Maybe give him a few games here or there at the beginning of the season, just see how he plays. So I've chose my first 11 for this game, and I'll just go at another quick wee rundown on the players I've had from the first season. So Bartwell in goal, Traversa at left back, Lovell, he's going straight in as I said, Cowan, still quite young, he's actually fairly decent still, Diawara as the right back, Callaghan is our left midfielder since Lorimer's left. Diabate in mid left centre, and I've got Macaulay pairing him up in the centre with him. Gravely and still get his right mid role, and Suarez of course straight in, and Alou partnering him up front. And taking over the captaincy from Carol Reddy and Dag Eriksson is Gravelaine, who is the most senior player in the squad. With it being the League Cup, our main aim is of course to get as far as we can and come up against either Celtic or Rangers away. I feel like we play Arbroath all the time in the cup competition, so we're just going to fast forward here. Callaghan, our left mid, scores for us in the 82nd minute to snatch the win. It was a very close run game. We just about done enough to actually kind of win it, and Diawana sadly gets injured just before half time. So we're into the next round, but we are going to miss Diawana for about 3 weeks. And in the second round we are drawn against Livingston, a Premier Division side, although one of the weakest sides in the Premier Division, and we are at home, so pretty confident with that draw. We have 2 new big signings coming into the club. Maurice Ross here, who some of you may recognise as an ex-Rangers player. He ran out of contract at the end of the season, so I pick him up on a free. He'll actually do very nicely. He'll fill in for Diawana, I think, at right back, and then probably move himself into the centre back role. There's also Patrick Suffo here, who's a free transfer again, and will be partnering Marcos Suarez up front, and I'm pretty sure that they will be quite a formidable forward line, especially in the second division. So I'm very happy with both those signings. It's the first league game of the season and we're at home to Hamilton. I make 3 changes to the side since the last game, and Suffo is coming straight in for Alou up front. Also have Mark Perry coming in at right back. I forgot I had Perry, so he'll come in and play right back, and Maurice Ross will come in for David Cowan and play the centre back. Pretty happy with my lineup, just one player missing, Diawara, but this should be a good gauge for us as how successful we can be with this side in this division, as Hamilton are a pretty top side for the second division. And we've got the lead. 10 minutes into the game, Diabate opens the scoring. You would have noticed as well that I've actually stuck with the same formation as last season. I'm always a little bit worried about the AI learning the tactic, because it's 2-0, Suffo getting on the score sheet, his first game, nice. I'm always a little bit worried about AI learning the tactic. I'm not really sure how it works or if they indeed get to learn the tactic. That's Suarez making it 3. Yeah, this is a walk in the park so far. So yeah, the AI clearly haven't learned this tactic so far. But I don't know if it is a thing. I remember when I was younger, it used to really be, it's like if I played with the same tactic for 3 seasons and started kind of losing, it would always be, they've learned my tactic, so I would change it. Just a couple of changes here. We'll actually put Alou right mid, Gravelaine, he can come off, Macaulay off. Just put some of the youngsters on as well. Just give them a little run out as the game is done and dusted. Pretty healthy attendance as well, 1062, and we have another goal. Alou coming on in the right mid role, he scores, making it 4. Yes, very happy with this first league game display, absolutely dominated. And we go straight to the top of the league, where hopefully we will stay for the rest of the season, but we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you're a Rangers fan and stuck around even after the wee joke about them dying, then you've passed the test and you are now my friend. If you've enjoyed this video, I have several others very similar to this, so maybe have a wee look at them, and also please give a like and subscribe if you can, it really helps. Thanks for watching, bye!